All right. So I gonna continue about this paragraph. I'm so sorry for the first video, which was pretty short because I had to go to the downstairs, okay, in order to get some uh, thing from my friend. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Okay, so this kind of stories they use a narrative paragraph, okay, to create their own written form. And for narrative paragraph, as I told you, this is the best kind of paragraph for telling the story. Okay, so let's move to exercise 2. Exercise 1. Exercise 2. Look at the story. The story called A House of Mr. Beeswax. Okay, A House of Mr. Beeswax. And for this one, before you read the story, there is some question, okay, for you to scan for the answer. They say that psychology. Do you know psychology? It is about mind study. Okay, mind study. It is the study of what influences our behavior and how we feel about things. As you read, think about how this family, so the family in the story, is reacting. Reacting is mean what they're responding to moving into their new home. Okay, and how does it affect their behavior? So first of all, when you read this kind of story, you have to know that the tone of their writing is positive or negative. Okay, so I'm gonna let you read the story for 5 minutes. And for some technical terms, you can look at some the definitions under the story. So take your time for reading the story and try to understand uh, what happened in the story. And you have to understand because you have to be able to answer the questions. There may be so many words that you haven't seen before, okay, and it's quite difficult, but I think you can guess its meaning. Try not to use the dictionary. Try to use the context clues to understand the meaning of the word. Otherwise, it will interrupt your reading. Okay, so I will briefly talk about the story. Okay, so the story is called A House for Mr. Beeswax. Actually, this made for some fiction, maybe. So they start the sentence by telling you that they could only unpack that evening. Okay, so that means they cut this message. Sorry, they cut this paragraph from the book. Okay, and they should be Mr. Biswas and his family. They could only unpack that evening. So the word unpack is mean you take your stuff out of the luggage. A rough meal was prepared in the kitchen. So the word rough is mean you quickly make it. Okay, it's not that good. You have to make it for just eating. A rough meal was prepared in the kitchen, and they ate the chaotic. Chaotic is mean very busy. Okay, and crowded dining room. So that means it's very loud and crowded while they have dinner. They said a little. They don't talk too much. It's quite conflict. Only Shama is this one character moved and spoke without constraint. The word constraint is mean without the restriction, without the limit. So that means this one Shama, she's the one who talkative, okay, and always move to many places in the dining room. The beds were mounted upstairs. So that means the beds were located, okay, in the upstairs. Adnan, it is another character, slept on the uh, veranda. Veranda is mean balcony. Do you know balcony? ระเบียงอะนะฮะ He could feel the floor curving below him. That means the floor is not smooth. Okay, he could feel the floor curving below him toward the offending wall. The offending is mean is in the bad condition that make you not satisfied with it. Okay, he places his hand on the wall if that might give him some idea of its weight. At every footstep, particularly Shama's, he could feel the floor shake. So that means the floor of this house, is it in a good condition? Is it smooth? So that means he still feel that the floor shake. So that means it smells something weird, right? When he closed his eyes, he experiences a spinning, swaying. Swaying is mean แกว่งนะครับ sensation. The word sensation is the synonym of the word feeling. So that means the house for this family is very weird. Okay, hurriedly. Okay, he opened them again to reassure. Reassure is mean to make sure again, and the word them here, it should refer to eyes. Okay, that means he opened his eyes again to make sure again for himself that the floor that he slept on had not sunk ก็คือ It is the verb 3 of the word sink ก็คือจมนั่นเองนะครับ is the floor had not sunk further that the house still stood บ้านก็ยังคงอยู่หรือเปล่านะครับ so do you got the idea of this paragraph is it sounds positive or negative it's kind of weird house right and you cannot feel like this family have a good experience with this new house so that means it's quite negative so for the question how does it affect their behavior so this is the answer everyone that means all the members of this family as the story says seems nervous do you know nervous the word nervous actually is a kind of negatively excited so like something happened and you feel oh why is like that and it's quite negative situation and uncomfortable how is comfortable for this kind of weird house right so this is the answer for their behavior and then let's spend another 3 minutes to do exercise 3 true or false I still record okay still going okay นะครับ no it's not that difficult the first one in celebration of their new home the family ate a well-prepared meal this is pretty easy it's true or false is that well-prepared meal is false because you can see from line 1 okay that a rough meal was prepared ก็คือมื้ออาหารที่ทำแบบลวกๆthat means a quickly meal okay you just do it for eating okay not for satisfaction okay number 2 there was much conversation about the new house you can look at line 2 and you see the sentence that they said little is mean they didn't talk so much so this one is false number 3 Adnan okay so now you scan at the line that have the word Adnan is some family member Adnan slept on the bottom floor of the house you look at line 3 Adnan slept on the veranda is mean balcony so this one is also false number 4 the floors of the house are uneven if you still remember the paragraph about the moon the moon about Galileo used the telescope to see the moon that is not uneven oh sorry the moon is not smooth but it's uneven is mean rough ก็คือมัน not smooth นั่นเองนะครับ and they shake so this one is true นะครับเนาะ so that's why this is the reason that make all the family members feel weird for this house and the last one Adnan fell asleep easily in his new home you can look at line 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 Okay, he opened them again. He opened the eyes again to reassure that the house still in a good condition. So this one is not true. It's false นะครับเพราะว่า he felt that okay the floor had not sunk ก็คือพื้นที่เขานอนอยู่มันยังไม่จมลงไป that the house still stood บ้านมันยังคงอยู่ดีหรือเปล่าอย่างเงี้ยแล้วก็ลืมตามมาดูอีกที so that's why he couldn't fall asleep นะครับ okay so now we move to page 106 in this page นะครับ you have to answer the following questions about the reading we can do it together actually the first one how does the author or the writer describe the environment in the home on the family's first night actually we should have read the whole story before เนาะนะครับ you can find out the answer will vary he describes the environment as chaotic อ่านว่า chaotic นะครับนะ chaotic and quiet at the same time the word chaotic is mean is loud and is crowded with many people you can imagineราชพัฒ canteen นะฮะ in the afternoon before COVID-19 นะฮะ it's chaotic that mean many people but it's also quiet at the same time sound weird นะครับnumber 2 นะครับ what are some reasons why members of the family might not be talking so you have to guess why they spoke little why นะครับ they might be nervous because the house is very weird and it is in a quite bad condition right and they are tired that you can imply from the first sentence that they could only unpack that evening so that means they have done so many things then they can have time in the evening to take off the stuff out of the luggage นะครับ or uncomfortable of course นะครับ the new house make them uncomfortable นะครับ number 3 what words that mean more than one word นะครับ does the author use to describe the sensation and then feels when he is like laying down okay this is the guy that slept at the balcony นะ so what words that make you know how he feel and why might he be feeling that way he used the word spinning okay so now you can imagine how the floor is right and swaying ก็คือมันแกว่งทั้งหมุนทั้งแกว่งนะครับเนาะ when he laying down in order to sleep and Adnan might be feeling this way because the floors are uneven ก็คือนักศึกษาเคยนอนพื้นที่มันไม่เรียบไหมพื้นที่มันขรุขระเนี่ยอาจจะรู้สึกเมาหัวใช่ไหมนะฮะมีความเมืองแทรกเข้ามาด้วยนะครับbecause the floors are uneven and move under the bed มัน move under the bed ด้วยนะดูแบบแปลกๆนะครับโอเคนะครับ I'm gonna move to page 107 okay so you have to look at the table for brainstorming the ideas so you have to think about the challenging situation คำว่า challenge เนี่ยปกติแล้ว challenging เนี่ยมันแปลว่าท้าทายก็อาจจะเป็นประสบการณ์หรือว่าเป็นสถานการณ์ที่มันแบบquite exciting and it's quite difficult to get through that situation นะครับ you will write about so now is your time to think about the situation that you're going to write about complete the chart นะครับ below with details about what happened before during and after the situation นะ so you first นะครับ you have to know that if you have to tell about some story in your life or some experience it must be written in past tense นะครับเพราะว่ามันเกิดขึ้นมาแล้วไงนะครับ it's already past นะครับ so you can look at look back at the story นะครับเนาะ The house for Mr. Biswar all sentences is written in past tense นะ but we will talk about it later นะครับเนาะ for past simple past continue past perfect and past perfect con นะ you have to be able to understand this นะครับคือหน้าอาจารย์อนุสราลอยมาเลยนะครับ so look at the table first you have to think about the challenging situation นะครับ okay I'm gonna use this one โอเคนะครับ1 2 3 4 insert table ไปก่อนเดี๋ยวดูตามนี้นะก็เป็น before during do you understand the word during ก็คือในระหว่าง it mean at that time นะครับ then we have who was there ค่อยขยายนะwe have what happened so you can look at the tense that they use for each question นะครับเนาะ all the tense they are sorry นะครับ they are past simple นะครับนะ how did you feel and what did you hear oh this one is very interesting hear smell see or taste oh it's cover the senses of us human sense นะ okay so now you have to add some information นะครับ but first of all you have to think about what is your challenging situation challenging situation เอาเรื่องอะไรก็ได้นะครับนะเป็นเรื่องผีก็ได้นะโอเคเช่นอาจารย์บอกว่าthe challenging situation น่าจะเป็นseeing ghost yes ตัวเดียวนะครับเนาะ at the temple okay นะครับ seeing ghosts as the temple so this is my challenging situation but you can think of your own challenging situation okay who was there so you have to know that this situation seeing ghosts at the temple it is something that already passed okay and you have to understand these 3 wordsนะครับ before during and after before is mean before you see the ghost okay during is mean at the time that you see the ghost and after is mean after you see the ghost so before who was there it's me actually นะฮะit's me and my close friend okay and also other novice do you know the definition of the word novice it means a young monk คือเป็นเนนนะ novice นะครับนะเขียนถูกหรือเปล่าเนี่ยเช็คแป๊บหนึ่งนะครับน่าจะถูกนะไม่ถูกว่ะเป็น CE โอเคนะครับเป็น CE นะครับ sorry นะครับ during is mean the time that you see the ghost นะครับ not it's me นะครับ not only me I'm the one นะครับ who saw the ghost at the temple นะครับ after after seeing the ghost I talked to the abbot นะครับ abbot it means ตู้หลวงหรือว่าเจ้าอาวาสนั่นเองนะครับเนาะ abbot and me okay what happened before that that is the evening pray ก็คือทำวัดตอนเย็นนะครับแล้วใน during the time นะครับตอนนั้นทำอะไรวะดูละนะครับเนาะ play with my close friend ตอนนั้นอาจารย์ขี้เกียจทำวัดนะก็เลยเล่นกับเพื่อนนะครับ after that ก็คือโคตรfrightened T-E-N-T-E frightened ก็คือตื่นกลัวอะไรอย่างเงี้ยนะครับwhat happened เดี๋ยวอันนี้เป็น feeling เป็น talk to the abbot how did you feel ตอนแรกก็คือเรารู้สึก bore ตอนที่เห็นเรารู้สึกช็อกไปเลยนะครับ and after that I feel frightened อยู่ตรงนี้โอเคนะครับ and how sorry what did you hear นะครับนะ smell see or taste for this one นะครับ you can just pick only one sense นะครับเนาะ that you had the experience at that time นะครับ for that one I saw nothing okay and during that time นะครับเนาะ I saw a very tall one I use the word one because I didn't know that is him or her นะครับก็คือ I saw a very tall one นะครับเนาะ without face โอเคนะครับ tall skinny ด้วยดีกว่า skinny ออกแนวเป็นเปรตหรือเปล่าไม่รู้นะครับนะsaw a very tall and skinny one without face after that นะครับนะก็คือ I heard นะครับ H-E-A-R-D นะครับ not the weird sound นะครับโอเคนะครับ so you have to design your information of your challenging situation like this นะครับลองทำดูนะตัวดีไม่ใช่โอเคนะครับนะ so this kind of information you have to be able to think about this because นะครับ this is a very important for your supporting details in the narrative paragraph so if you don't have this kind of information your paragraph will be very flat ก็คือมันจะแบบดูแบนๆดูเรียบๆนะครับ not many dimensions and you cannot create the clear imagination for the reader นะครับเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยนะครับ you have to see the picture in your mind first that means you have to be able to visualize what happened in the situation and then you can just get some information นะครับ regarding these questions for this one you can pause the video okay and you can fill the information นะครับ and you can continue the video again for going to the next step นะครับงั้นอาจารย์จะไปเลยนะ ต่อมานะครับ so we move to page 108นะครับ you have to do exercise 2ก็คือ match each sentence or phrase from the reading with its purpose นะครับ so that means you have to understand why they write that sentence นักศึกษาดูนะ the first one a rough meal was prepared in the kitchen and they ate in the chaotic dining room why what is the purpose that they write this sentence to let the reader know ลองคิดดูสิทำไมเขาถึงพูดแบบนี้นะครับว่าอาหารเนี่ยมันถูกทำแบบลวกๆเร็วๆนะครับมันถูกจัดเตรียมมาในห้องครัวแล้วก็ they ate in chaotic dining room that means they is more than one people right นะครับ one person sorry นะครับ they eating together in the chaotic in the crowded and loud นะครับ dining room this is to ทำไมถึงบอกอันนี้ A B C D or E ตอบ C นะครับเนาะก็คือ to describe Adnan's feeling นะครับบอกความรู้สึกของนายคนนี้นะครับต่อมานะครับnumber 2 the beds were put together upstairs นะครับอันแรกนี่แปลกๆนะเดี๋ยวอันนี้คือตามเฉลยไปก่อนนะครับเดี๋ยวมาดูเช็คอีกทีนะครับ number 2 the beds were put together upstairs number 2 ก็คือทำไม to นะครับ to indicate where the family would sleep ก็คือ this family they have to sleep in the upstairs นะครับ number 3 at every footstep particularly Sharma's he could feel the floor shake so this is to show that ทำไมข้อb-boy นะครับ to demonstrate ก็คือ to show ทำให้เห็นสาธิตให้เห็นนะครับ to demonstrate that the house was not strong that he could feel the floor shake ไงเคยแบบบ้านเก่าๆไหมบ้านไม้เก่าๆนะครับ not like the in the old condition นะครับ so that's why everything is like shaking นะครับ so it's not stable นะไม่มั่นคงนะครับ number 4 they said little this is pretty easy toนะครับ to show that the family was quiet and number 5 นะครับ quickly he opened them again ก็คือ he opened his eyes นะครับ not his eyes again to be sure so this is to show that นะครับ things in the house were disorganized อันนี้หรือว่า describe and feeling เดี๋ยวนะอาจารย์คิดว่าข้อ C เนี่ยข้อ 5 เนี่ยมันจะต้องบอกถึง describe and feeling อันนี้ตอบข้อ C แน่นอนแต่ข้อ 1 เนี่ยเป็น E นะครับโอเคอันนี้นะครับเนาะ because นะครับthey ate in chaotic dining room มันพูดถึงแบบห้องครัวที่เสียงดังๆใช่ไหมห้องทานข้าวเพราะฉะนั้นมันก็ to describe to show the things in the house were disorganized นะจริงห้องครัวมันควรจะไปอยู่ในตรงที่มันเงียบๆหน่อยอะไรอย่างเงี้ยนะครับโอเคwe move to exercise 3 so now you can move to page 109นะครับwith a partner ไม่มี partner แล้วตอนนี้นะครับ no partner นะครับyou have to brainstorm descriptive words list them in the blanks then choose one to complete each sentence นะครับ so for this one you can think about your own work นะครับ especially some adjective นะครับ which can describeนะครับ not your feeling or how something looks like นะครับ so this is some example answer will vary that means you can answer on your own way okay the first one I was in a familiar place you can say it depends on the tone นะครับเนาะ you can if you have like positive tone you can find the positive words นะครับนะ the first one I was in a familiar place นะครับต่อมาเขาบอกว่า scary elegant enormous strange นะครับ not ecstatic นะครับ miserable it depends on what adjectives that you know นะครับ number 3 I fail laugh sneeze it depends นะหรือใส่อะไรก็ได้นะครับnumber 3 nervous important numb laugh sneeze number 4 the experience annoyed or embarrasses นะครับ the word embarrasses is mean is make you lose your face for example like if I fell down while walking in front of many students that means I am embarrassed ก็คือ you lose your face and you so shy from that situation นะฮะ number 5 นะครับ now I gained a lot of อันนี้ต้องเป็นคำนามนะ pride นะครับ now หรือ appreciation นะครับแล้วแต่นะครับอันนี้แล้วแต่จะใส่นะโอเคนะครับ so now I want to move to the very important things for today นะครับ so now we're gonna go to the organization นะครับเนาะor what you need to write a narrative paragraph นะครับ and for this one you have to pay attention as I gonna ask you to write in home writing ไม่ใช่ in class แล้วนะเป็น in home writing นะครับ for this one normally the three important parts นะครับ of the outline นะครับ of all kinds of paragraph the first one is topic sentence นะครับ is the first sentence as I told you and last week I told you that you can add some introduction to be a hook นะครับเนาะ in order to get the attention of the reader and followed by the topic sentence this is the technique that you can use นะครับนะ so this one นะครับ you can add that kind of technique as well but I gonna tell you นะครับเนาะ for the topic sentence first นะ your topic sentence for the narrative organization you have to tell what's the story about นะครับเดี๋ยวนะเช็คนี่แป๊บนึงโอเคยังอัดอยู่โอเคนะครับ what's the story about that means if you talk about ghosts you have to have the word ghost or what kind of ghost if you talk about your nightmare you have to say that nightmare something okay that means you must have some topic or the keyword in your topic sentence then when and where so I have the word optional in the parenthesis นะครับ so that means you can add when or where but if you don't want to add it's okay นะครับนะ like I say that the scary ghost at พระสิงห์ temple for example นะครับเนาะ so you can tell นะครับ the scary ghost at พระสิงห์ temple sorry the ghost at พระสิงห์ temple นี่เป็น where แล้วนะครับ was very scary อย่างเงี้ยก็ได้หรือ you just say when ไปอีกก็ได้ you can add when that situation happened นะครับ you can see that นะครับmy scary ghost story happened at พระสิงห์ temple last year อย่างเงี้ยyou can add in your topic sentence นะครับand it must be interesting how you gonna make it interesting you have to find the adjective นะครับ I have the word scary I can change it into the frightening the อะไรดี the extremely night the extremely scary nightmare นะครับ try to make your topic sentence as interesting as you can นะครับ and then นะครับ the next part is this your SS นะครับ SS mean supporting sentences so you have to think what happened if you still remember นะครับเนาะ this table อย่างที่อาจารย์บอกไปนะครับเนาะ so you can get this information นะครับ to be your SS นะครับto be your SS นะ what happened and you have to arrange it in chronological order first next then มันก็คือตรงนี้ไงนะครับ before during after นะ you arrange okay before you see the ghost during you see the ghost and after that and in this kind of things you can add transitional word first next then after that นะครับเนาะ later ใช้ได้นะครับokay and supporting details should be added such as how what the writer feel saw hear smell taste นะครับเนาะ and blah 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 so for this one นะ you can look at this what did you hear smell see you can add it more to be the supporting detail in order to make your reader have a clear imagination they must see the same picture as you explain to them so this kind of detail is also important to add more detail นะครับเนาะ for what happened and then นะครับ the last part is your CS นะครับ or your concluding sentence you have to repeat the topic sentence in a different way but okay you can do having some comment okay นะครับ from the story you can say from your opinion นะครับ you can say that after my scary situation I will never go back to that temple again okay so you don't have to repeat the topic sentence but you just tell your opinion okay นะครับ so you can say that after that this temple has become the abandoned temple นะครับเนาะก็คือถูกปล่อยทิ้งเป็นวัดล้างไปเลยอย่างเงี้ยเข้าใจไหมหรือเป็น isolate place เป็นที่ที่มันไม่มีใครสนใจนะครับล้างไม่มีคนอย่างเงี้ยนะครับ you can say in that way นะครับso this is just the brief นะครับnarrative organization นะโอเคนะครับ I will go to the detail นะครับเนาะfor next week แล้วกันเนาะเพราะมันต้องละเอียดนะครับ how to write the narrative organization but I just want you to do this นะครับเนาะ for your own information and to prepare this one to become your complete narrative paragraph นะครับต่อมานะครับ do you go to page 110 so you have to read a student paragraph นะครับ so this paragraph เนี่ย it was written by a student นะครับ and now you have to read it นะครับ and then you have to answer the question but first of all I want you to scan for the answer นะครับ why was the sandwich so good เพราะฉะนั้นข้อสังเกตหนึ่งนะครับ you have to look at the paragraph and you will see that all the sentences were written in past tense เพราะมันเป็น narrative นะครับ it mean already past and then you just bring that story and tell someone for what happened in the past นะครับ so that's why นะครับ this question is made in past tense why was the sandwich so good I let you have 1 minute นะครับ to find out the answer โอเคนะครับ why was the sandwich so good this is the answer นะครับ the meal was memorable that means it's still in your memory นะครับ memorable is mean you memorize something because something is good for you to memorize นะครับ the meal was memorable because the author ate it with Sergio Verdirame I don't know who is that นะครับ oh this one is the author's favorite soccer player นะครับเขาเป็น the author's favorite soccer player so this one you can imply that นะครับ the author of the story loved football or loved soccer and then he had a chance to have meal with Sergio Verdirame this is like if you love David Beckham do you know David Beckham and one day you can have dinner with him so that meal would be memorable meal for you นะครับso now นะครับ you can read this one I will go quickly นะครับ when I was 13 years old I had a great surprise my favorite soccer team ดูหนังสือไปด้วยนะครับ my favorite soccer team was visiting from Mexico so I went to Grand Hotel to get autographs นะครับ autographs ก็คืออะไร autograph is not photograph autographs mean signature okay so when you meet someone นะครับ that very famous you ask for signature นะครับ to get autographs from some of the players that mean the soccer players when I got there I waited outside for a long time because I was very nervous เห็นไหม nervous นะครับ finally I told my legs to start moving อันนี้ใช้ทักษะเขาเรียกว่า personification นะครับ in literature make something นะครับ not an object to be an alive thing ทำให้สิ่งที่ไม่มีชีวิตเหมือนมีชีวิตเข้าใจไหมนะครับเนี่ยที่มันบอกว่า I told my legs to start moving ทำให้ขามันเหมือนมีหูสามารถที่จะบอกให้เดินไปต่อเนี่ยนะครับ I walked in and went up to my favorite player ต่อมา Sergio Verdirame นะครับ to ask for his autograph or ask for his signature my voice was trembling is mean when you have a chance to meet your idol then you're gonna say like could I have your signature because you're so nervous and excited about the situation right นะครับก็คือ trembling is mean shaking นะครับ your voice was shaking but I control it he stopped to listen to me then an amazing thing happened he invited me to dinner with the team oh this is a very very lucky situation นะ I could not believe it suddenly I was sitting across the table from Sergio Verdirame นะครับ I ordered a huge sandwich with everything on it when the food came my hands were shaking and I could not eat or talk นะครับ after a while นะครับ I took a deep breath ก็คือ and said to myself hey this happens just once in your life นะครับ I fought off my nerves นะครับnerves is mean nervous นั่นแหละแต่ว่า being nervous แต่ว่า nerve เป็น noun นะครับ and started talking with the team and enjoying my meal they were very great guys he had a good time laughing and joking together that was the most delicious sandwich I ever ate because I was eating it with my hero so นะครับ you can see that this paragraph they have this kind of information นะครับ and then they just add it in the paragraph นะครับนะ and also you look at their concluding sentence it is comment from the writer opinion นักศึกษาลองดูดินะครับที่บอกว่า that was the most delicious sandwich is his opinion the other might not think that this is the most delicious sandwich okay that was the most delicious sandwich I ever ate because I was eating it with my hero okay this is their conclusion นะครับ so you have to look at the question นะครับ and try to answer but again I just show you the answer นะครับ you can review it on your own นะ this is the reason นะครับนะ why it was the sandwich is so good นะครับ the meal was memorable because the author added with นี่พูดไปแล้วนะครับ and exercise 5 okay นะครับ now answer the following questions the first one why did the writer go to the hotel this is the answer นะครับ he went to the hotel to get his favorite soccer player autographs or signature นั่นเองนะครับ the next one นะครับ I told my legs อันนี้ก็คือเขาถามว่า what words ก็คือ what words more than one word does the writer use to show that he was nervous เหมือนเราเจอผีอะ like when you see a ghost your legs is frozen you cannot move but you tell your legs to move ก็คือนี่ไง I told my legs to start moving my voice was trembling my hands were shaking นี่เป็นเทคนิคหนึ่งนะครับ you don't have to tell that I'm very excited but you can use this kind of sentences to show how you feel สมมติอาจารย์กลัวเนี่ยอาจารย์จะไม่บอกว่า I'm scared อาจารย์จะบอกว่า my hair stand up and you can imply from my sentence my hair stand up that I'm scared อย่างเงี้ย this is another technique นะครับ number 3 what do you think the writer actually said when he spoke to Sergio Verdiranนะครับ this is what you have to imply from the paragraph นะครับ so you can see that before the concluding sentence ดูนะครับที่มันบอกว่า we had a good time laughing and joking together so the answer might be something that make them laugh ใช่ไหมนะครับ you can say some jokes some comedy stories แล้วแต่จะพูดเลยนะครับโอเคนะ for this one นะครับpart B on page 111 page 111ใช่ไหมใช่แล้วอันนี้หน้ามันผิดนะครับต้องเป็น page 111นะครับ underline the topic sentence what do you learn from it อันนี้ topic sentence นี่คือเห็นไหมว่าเขาใส่ดีเทลมาด้วยว่า when I was 13 years old จำได้ไหมที่อาจารย์บอกเนี่ย topic sentence you can add the information when and where นะครับ and make it interesting แล้วyouก็ดูนะครับwhen I was 13 years old I had a great surprise ก็คือ keyword มันคือ great surprise I learned that the writer was young เพราะฉะนั้นเราจะเรียนรู้ได้เลยว่า at that time the writer of this paragraph was young when the event occurred when the situation happened that he will explain a surprise that happened to him so this topic sentence นะครับนะ you can predict the information in the supporting detail that what he gonna tell you he gonna tell you about the surprise when he was 13 years old นั่นเองนะ number 2 นะครับ read the following event from the story number them in order in which they occur ก็ตามนี้ไปเลย just arrange which situation come first come next นะครับ and number 3 in concluding sentence the writer explains what made him happiest is the superlative of happy นะครับ which sentence best describe his final comments of course นะครับ he spent time with his favorite soccer player นะครับ this is the best things that he want to explain นะครับโอเคนะอ่ะพักเบรกก่อนแล้วกันนะครับ